Welcome to this segment of Pigskin Preview on KMHT. Mike Newcomb along with the head coach of the East Texas Baptist University Tigers. And last Saturday in Pineville, Louisiana, ETB losing Louisiana College 31-24. And you talk about game changers a lot. And to me, the game changer was the fumble that occurred at 136. You're going in to possibly tie the ball game up. What happened on the exchange between quarterback Seth Harris and J.R. Stover?
Well, it's just one of those things. It's a zone read play in which the quarterback is reading whether to give it or to keep it, and in that moment of stress, there was just a moment of indecision, and Sid pulled the ball just a little bit harder than normal, and it wound up in neither one of their hands. So bounced on the turf one time, and Louisiana College gentleman fell on it, and the rest is history.
Of course, that was a air out of ourselves, so to speak. But overall, your team played a great football game against the number 24 ranked team in the nation. Alex Cloudy from center had 10 tackles on defense. You got some key interceptions from Dwayne Hamilton of Maybank and Dominic Jordan from Giddings, Texas. Overall, your team played well.
Well, we were pleased with our effort. I'm proud of our guys. Over the last 2 weeks, we've exhibited some characteristics that have been absent from our program to this point. The ability to play on one series to the next, not allow the highs to cause us to relax, nor the lows cause us to be disappointed and depressed. And that's something we've really been waiting on here. Played well enough to win a lot of football games last Saturday night, but not that particular one. We gave up a couple of big plays in the third quarter, early fourth. And then, the critical fumble there, to sort of end our hopes. But generally speaking, we're pleased with our effort. We're pleased with that attitude that we've taken on, especially in the midst of a portion of the season in which, our playoff hopes are pretty much gone. These guys are playing on just their sheer love of the game and the desire to be successful. And that says a lot about their heart and their character.
This week, the ETB Tigers draw Mississippi College for the homecoming game. Kickoff at 3 p.m. You can hear that ball game on ESPN 14:50 a.m. tomorrow. Mississippi College was started out the season ranked in the top 25, but they're 2-3 on the year, 1-2 in conference play. They lost to Mary Hardin Baylor 35-12 last weekend. Type of team you're facing as you face Mississippi College tomorrow?
Well, I liken them a lot to us. They're a team that has some talent, and they had some high expectations to begin the season, have played well at times, and then it played not so well and been their own worst enemy at times, very similar to our situation. I think, matchups are pretty even across the board on both sides of the ball and in the kicking game. So, it's going to be a really good football game, and it'll come down once again to the team who makes the fewest mistakes.
Any particular player that you're concerned about as to got to stop this player? I know their quarterback likes to run and throw. Got a running back hit 136 yards rushing against Mary Hardin Baylor last week. Game plan for Mississippi College?
Well, it's obvious. They love to run the football first, and Tommy Rayer, their quarterback, and I believe Stephen Knight, their running back, are both very formidable weapons. Stephen, I think, is in the top 2 or 3 in the conference in rushing. And, they have a pretty bona fide running game, very diverse and a lot of misdirection, a lot of pulling, and they do some things up front with some, hefty young men that can push you around a little bit. So, and then they still have the threat down the field with some skilled athletes that can hurt you if you have to overplay the run. So, it's gonna be a challenge for us.
The Tigers have 2 home games remaining. Of course, the one tomorrow at 3 p.m. against Mississippi College, and then a game against Howard Payne in a couple of weeks. Why should someone come out and watch the Tigers play?
Well, it's just an incredible. If you're a football fan, this is an incredible brand of football, and I would guarantee, money back guarantee, that you'll enjoy this level of football. You'll enjoy the atmosphere here at Ornelas Stadium. I really believe you'll come to appreciate and understand more about Division III and really become a fan of not only the Tigers but Division III football in general.
Let's talk about, you mentioned earlier, since kind of mathematically playoff hopes are out of the way because of your conference record of 1-3. How do you get the players motivated? You kind of talked about it's the love of the game, right?
Well, one of our mantras here is never forget why you play the game, and that's been sort of our battle cry for 2 or 3 years now. And we have to face the reality at times. our objectives sometimes become no longer reality. So we have to have more and deeper things to play for. We play for one another. We play for the love of the game. We play because we enjoy the game. And we play because we're committed to be successful. And these young men, that's been echoed to them ever since they've been on our campus. And especially in these times, it becomes important that we have something more than just winning to play for. And I believe that's important in life. And again, another way that we hope that our program translates into things that will make these young men successful down the road in their other chosen fields.
Once again, the Tigers play Mississippi College at home tomorrow at Ornella Stadium. It's homecoming. Kickoff is 3 p.m. We'll be visiting with Coach Mark Sartain, the head coach of the ETB Tigers. Coach, best to the Tigers tomorrow.
Thanks, Mike.
Stay tuned. Coming up more on Pigskin Preview. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Midkiff.